You know, if there's one thing that can elevate a good crossover into a great crossover, it's a mashup character. Taking two pre-established characters and smashing their design and personality traits together to create a brand new hybrid is a classic trope of the crossover genre, and it's one that I've come to love over the years. So, naturally, when you've got something like Fortnite where the name of the game is to collaborate, it shouldn't come as a shock that they've gone ahead and created a handful of their own amazing mashup skins. In today's video, we'll look at the complete history behind all of the collaboration mashup skins currently in the game. I'll be going over which characters make up these skins, admire their delectable design details, as well as mention any other cool or interesting facts about said outfits. This video will be split into a handful of different parts, mainly because there's a bunch of Marvel Comics themed mashup skins in the game, and I plan on knocking all of those out in one section. With that being said, let's get into it. While it wouldn't be until Chapter 2 Season 2 that we'd get our first official set of mashup skins, we technically got some a year prior in the form of the Star-Lord, Black Widow, and comic book Batman outfits. While these three skins are very clearly designed and advertised as being the quote-unquote real versions of these characters, they actually happen to be nothing more than Fortnite OCs in cosplay. Batman is just Jonesy under the mask, Star-Lord here is a repurposed Drift, and Black Widow uses the classic Headhunter model. Now, it should be pretty obvious why these skins were designed like this. At the time these characters were added in 2019, Fortnite was still pretty much in its infancy when it came to collaborations. Presumably the devs didn't have the time and or resources to make proper unique models for these characters, so they cut some corners by using pre-existing character models. Honestly, this was never a big deal to me, as I always saw this as a pretty cool insight to game development, more than anything. All of these characters except for Star-Lord would eventually get updated skins with more accurate models, so hey, it all worked out in the end. Like I said, these three don't technically count in regards to the subject of today's video, but I figured I'd mention it before a bunch of people in the comments remind me that I missed it. And now we move on to the big ol' Marvel section of this video, starting out in the aforementioned Chapter 2, Season 2. In order to celebrate the inclusion of Deadpool in the season's Battle Pass, Epic made two Deadpool-themed mashup skins in the form of Ravenpool and Cuddlepool. These outfits take the fan-favorite Raven and Cuddle Team leader and give them a bunch of Deadpool iconography, such as red and black suits and, in Cuddlepool's case, beady white eyes. 4 years later, during Chapter 5 Season 4, another Deadpool-themed mashup character would be added to the game in the form of Fishpool, a hybrid between the Merc with a mouth and the ever-lovable Fish Stick. Fishpool was first shown off in August 2024 at the Disney D23 Expo, before his eventual addition to the game in October during that year's Fortnitemares event. This skin was released following the massive success of Deadpool and Wolverine, and pays homage to the film in the form of a Fishpool-themed popcorn bucket back bling. One last thing to note about these three Deadpool cosplaying characters is that they're some of the only Marvel series skins in the game to not have Lego styles. Due to how violent the Deadpool franchise has become after the success of the movies, Lego is way more hesitant to associate themselves with the brand. Then again, they ended up making Lego styles for Bloodsport and the Batman Who Laughs, so who the hell knows what their priorities are. Anyways, during the release of the Marvel x Fortnite Zero War comic run, 3 Marvel superheroes were given brand new Fortnite original appearances that fell under the Zero subtitle, those being Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Iron Man. The Iron Man Zero skin was the resident mashup skin and consisted of a scaled down version of the Hulkbuster armor designed by the scientist from the 7. The skin includes a bunch of 7 design quirks like the giant visor with multiple faces, the general shape of the armor, and an alt style that changes the red and gold color scheme to blue and gray. The Hulk was the first Marvel skin to be added during the release of Chapter 4, and he came with an extra appearance known as Recruit Hulk. This appearance drapes the Hulk in a familiar set of clothes typically worn by the Chapter 1 default skins, such as a scarf, wrist-mounted PDA, and camo pants. I really love this alt style because to me, it tells a bit of a story. Like, I can totally imagine a scenario in which Bruce Banner was kidnapped by the IO and put into this outfit, only for it to be ruined upon Banner hulking out. Really sick stuff. Next up, we have two mashup skins based on the Sentinel of Liberty, Captain America, and they come in the form of BriteStar and Captain Jones. Starting out with BriteStar, this skin takes the classic Brite Bomber character and puts her in a tactical suit and bomber jacket, complete with rainbow and star motifs. She also comes as a replica of Captain America's shield that now features bright neon colors and animated stars to really make it stand out. The most important thing to note about the skin is how it calls back to the Avengers Endgame LTM trailer, where Brite Bomber can be seen using Cap's shield. You know, the rest of her teammates should get mashup skins of their own one day, for real. A year or so later, Jones would be the next Fortnite character to wield the Shield of Justice. When Dr. Doom invaded the island in an attempt to seize control of Pandora's box, the former agent of the IO repressed his need for vengeance and took up arms against the megalomaniac. Armed as a shield gifted to him by Steve Rogers himself, Jones partook in the final battle with Doom and helped to rift the Good Doctor to parts unknown. Captain Jones came with two additional styles for his outfit. One was more muted colors that resembles the character US Agent, as well as a pen and ink style that makes the character look like a walking comic book. Peelverine was another skin added at the same time Captain Jones was, and he's obviously a mishmash of Peely and Wolverine. Created in a secret lab during Chapter 5 Season 3, Peelverine escaped the complex with the help of Magneto, and later joined forces with Hope and Jones to take down Doom. Peelverine comes with additional styles that call back to Wolverine's classic suit, as well as his X-Force appearance. Much like the BriteStar, Peelverine is a callback to a Fortnite cinematic trailer, in this instance the one for Chapter 2 Season 4, the original Marvel season. Peely is shown in this trailer popping out banana claws after being threatened by Wolverine's own bone claws, and funnily enough, these banana claws would go on to be the Peelverine skin's signature pickaxe. The last two Marvel mashup skins to be added during Chapter 5 Season 4 are actually pretty unique. They happen to be representing Marvel characters who aren't in the game yet. I'm of course talking about Meowtooth and Ghost Ri-Durrr. Beginning with Meowtooth, he happens to be a combination of Meowscles and Sabretooth, a character who's most well known as the brother of Wolverine. He comes as a pretty cool strongman game emote, I must say. Ghost Ri-Durrr, as the name suggests, sees the Durrr Burger fast food mascot make a deal with the devil to become the spirit of vengeance. Ghost Ri-Durr's clothes are based on the character Robbie Reyes, one of the many individuals who has been cursed with the mantle of Ghost Rider. And that officially does it for the Marvel mashup skins. At least up until when I'm making this video, of course. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. There's sure to be more on the way. Anyways, we have a few more non-Marvel mashup skins to cover, so let's get back into it. The Man of Steel served as the bonus skin of the Invasion Battle Pass, and his second unlockable style turns his normally bright suit black and silver, as well as his eyes all white. While one may look at this alt and assume it's a reference to Superman's black suit made famous by the Justice League Director's Cut, it actually happens to be a reference to Fortnite's own Shadow Rarity series. I mean, the style definitely resembles the black suit on purpose, but it's technically a Fortnite original design with like the white eyes and all that, so therefore it's a mashup skin. Next up is a rather bizarre outfit, Kawspeely. So, first off, Kaws is the stage name of an artist and also happens to be the name of this little character he created. After a brief collaboration with the character in Chapter 2 Season 8, they returned a few months later with a brand new skin, that being a fusion between Kaws and Peely. Kawspeely takes key design aspects of Kaws, like the bones in his head and X's for eyes, good touch by the way, and applies them to everyone's favorite banana. And speaking of, this is actually by far my favorite Peely skin in the game. It just has a really good design, plain and simple. Chapter 4 Season 3 saw multiple Transformers characters being added to the game, one of them being an original mashup skin known as BattleBus. As you can see, this is what would happen if Fortnite's BattleBus was a giant transforming robot, complete with a hot air balloon back bling. I'm gonna be honest here, guys, this is easily one of the best collaborations in the game. I don't know about you guys, but I just love how they were able to take a piece of Fortnite iconography and accurately turn it into an original Transformers character. It's just awesome. I love the skin so much. Fast forward about a year to Chapter 5 Season 3, and the T-60 power armor from the Fallout franchise gets added to the game. With it comes an unlockable style that sees the armor getting drenched in black, adorned with red slashes, a bandana, chainmail, and glowing crimson eyes. This style is in reference to the Black Knight skin, which is clever because of, you know, the whole Brotherhood of Steel's obsession with medieval lingo. Definitely one of my favorite skins on this whole list, even including BattleBus. The second to last mashup skin in this video comes in the form of Ravemello. Teased during Fortnitemares and then released during Chapter 2 Remix, Ravemello is a fusion of Raven and the musical artist Marshmello. Don't really care about Marshmello that much, but this is undeniably a pretty cool skin. And finally, as of the time of this video's creation, the last collab mashup skin to be released is none other than the queen herself, Miku. The Neko Hatsune Miku skin came with a second style based on the aforementioned Brite Bomber character, and includes the same rainbow color scheme the character is known for. Miku also gains a tactical suit, a pair of sunglasses, and a boogie bomb on her belt to help her truly shine her brightest. And that officially does it for every single mashup collaboration skin currently in Fortnite, barring a few examples of course. But that doesn't mean this video is done quite yet. Like I said at the beginning, I love mashup characters, and these Fortnite skins are no exception. I want more. I need more. Which is why I commissioned my artist friend Skybird to help me design a bunch of brand new mashup outfits. Starting out with my favorite of the bunch, we have a skin that combines the Mandalorian from Star Wars with Peely. The result is what I like to refer to as the Nanalorian, and I am extremely proud of that pun, and I hope you are too. As you can see, Peely now possesses the Beskar armor worn by Din Djarin, now complete with a shiny yellow paint job to better reflect the banana skin. We decided to modify the shoulder armor to feature the icon of a Klombo rather than the Mudhorn seen on Mando's armor. The next outfit we came up with was created to address the issue of there being no DC Comics mashup skins currently in the game. Well, if you don't count Batman, that is. But in any case, here we have what I'm calling Manta Stick, which combines the Aquaman villain Black Manta with Fish Stick. The main inspiration for the skin was Black Manta's appearance in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. However, it was Skyber's idea to make the silver bits of his costume copper, both in reference to the diving suits of old, and because the color matches Fish Stick's orange skin. I can definitely see this character pairing well against the Atlantean Fish Stick outfit. Now, on the off chance that some of you got mad at me for suggesting the inclusion of more Peely and Fish Stick skins, this third and final outfit concept uses quite the sleeper skin. Introducing Devour. This mashup takes the Nothing's Chosen warrior, Bites, and reimagines them as a symbiote from the Venom franchise. Get it? Because the Chrome is a gooey terror that can take over living organisms, and Bites can form weapons with it, kind of like how Carnage can, for example. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You get it. And with that being said, these are the three mashup characters me and Skybird designed. Overall, I'm incredibly proud of how they turned out, so much so that I genuinely think they're good enough to be put into the actual game. Hey Tim, give me and Skybird a call. We could all do some great things together. No, but in all seriousness, I really want to thank Skybird for his additions to this video. I'll link his Twitter in the description, so be sure to send him and his art some love. I don't know how to transition to the outro. Thanks for watching the video to the end. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite mashup skin was. I know it's been quite a while since I've uploaded a video that isn't a joke or post, so I really appreciate you guys being patient with me. I'm happy to announce that I have a ton more lore videos in the works, specifically deep dives into the history of the Fox clan, as well as the character Mancake. I also plan on covering the upcoming Star Wars season pretty extensively, so if any of that sounds interesting to you, be sure to stick around. Like the video, join my Discord server, and use the code MAX66 in the item shop. If I time everything right, this video should be uploaded on Easter Sunday, so if you celebrate that, then happy Easter. If you don't celebrate it, then that's cool too. happy not Easter Day. All right, I'm rambling. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one.